Hi, welcome to the Filmoviz channel. This channel covers Hollywood movie and celebrity news, special for you movie lovers.
Garfield leads bad box office weekend. It's a very disappointing result when this year's summer movies end up lackluster. Beginning with the flop of The Fall Guy, Furiosa a Mad Max saga turned out to be a flop as well. Two action movies featuring David Leitch and Ryan Gosling, as well as George Miller's Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth, had to suffer bitter results and couldn't make a profit. Unfortunately, two animations titled If and the Garfield movie also did not bite and were not memorable for the audience. Various speculations and analysis were made in the last month or May, aka the beginning of the summer movies battle. Because the SAG-AFTRA strike was disturbed, the issue of the onslaught of cinema films to be directly streamed. To the problem of woke being too forced to distort the original story or novel and other Hollywood rottenness, became the hottest topic among critics and the movie-loving public. Here are the top 10 box office weekend as of May 31st to June 2nd. The Garfield movie, $14 million, If, $10.8 million, Furiosa a Mad Max saga, $10.7 million, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, $8.8 million, The Fall Guy, $4.4 million, The Strangers Chapter 1, $3.6 million, followed by three newcomers such as Haikyuu. The Dumpster Battle, $3.5 million, In a Violent Nature, $2.1 million, Ezra, $1.1 million, and Sight Locksmith, $1 million. Next week, new movies like Bad Boys Ride or Die could surprise even though the Chris Rock slapping issue at the Oscars is still tarnishing Will Smith's name. Another movie that has the potential to bite is the thriller The Watcher starring Dakota Fanning with Ishana Shyamalan aka the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan. What a week summer movies. Johnny Depp becomes an unemployed demon. Outside of America, Johnny Depp's name is actually still big in selling. Due to the tarnished case of his ex-wife, Amber Heard, Depp was carried away by negative issues that had quite an impact on his career. In the past, Depp has been an idol since the series 21, Jump Street, Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow and of course being Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Even so, we still believe Depp has great potential to be successful again, especially if the woke agenda is suppressed, especially if he wants to return Hollywood to its prime. Not long ago, the filmmaker whose movies are difficult to digest, Terry Gilliam enlisted Depp to be the lead of Carnival at the end of the days. The eccentric filmmaker is known to have made Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Brazil and 12 Monkeys and The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. Depp will be given the role of a demon who is threatened with unemployment because humanity will be destroyed by God. His task as a human temptress makes the devil forced to save humans so that he can still live and not be unemployed on Earth. This film will certainly be wrapped in comedy. Besides Depp, other actors recruited for the $30 million budget movie are Jeff Bridges, Adam Driver and Jason Momoa. Depp, Gilliam and comedy, reminiscent of their first collaboration movie. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Still, praised but not sold. Nicolas Cage face Sean Bean in National Treasure 3. I don't know what exactly makes National Treasure 3 continue to falter. Volume 1, in 2004, grossed $347 million from a $100 million budget. 3 years later, 2007, Volume 2 was even more successful with $459 million from a capital of $130 million. The public thought that 3 years later, aka 2010, there would be a Volume 3. Until now, it turns out that everything is just a fantasy. Various rumors have not materialized. Nicolas Cage even openly refused to play in Volume 3. As a result, the television version of National Treasure was made but only lasted one season. That said, the protagonist was given to a woman and it became one of the anti-woke public hatreds. John Turteltaub, director of the 2 volumes of National Treasure, recently excitedly announced that the core cast, Nic Cage, Justin Bartha, Diane Kruger will reunite for Volume 3. Even the antagonist of Volume 1, Sean Bean, will return and remain the villain. For the time being, the name of the scriptwriter falls on Chris Bremer and of course Jerry Bruckheimer as the main producer. The presence of the main cast, especially Cage, is certainly nostalgic, but the presence of a movie antagonist and traitor specialist like Sean Bean, we cannot forget. Remember Patriot Games, GoldenEye, Ronin, Don't Say a Word, The Island for example. Daniel Craig Knives Out 3 cast. Knives Out, a modern-day Agatha Christie-inspired whodunit, made $312 million from a $40 million budget. The Rian Johnson-directed film assembled a great ensemble cast ranging from Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Don Johnson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Ana de Armas, Michael Shannon and Christopher Plummer. Unfortunately, the sequel film Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery was released in the COVID-19 era, with an unsatisfactory result of $15 million from a capital of $40 million. The movie, which features Edward Norton, Kate Hudson and Dave Bautista, tends to decrease in tension at the end of the movie and actually makes the audience less satisfied. Daniel Craig will play Detective Benoit Blanc for the 3rd time in the 3rd installment of the franchise. Filmmaker Rian Johnson, who has helmed Brick, The Brothers Bloom, Looper and Star Wars The Last Jedi, expressed his enthusiasm for the film, which has been bought by Netflix. In May 2024, the 3rd film's title was announced as Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. 3. In development since 2023, filming is scheduled to begin in June 2024, in London, and is scheduled to be released in 2025. The movie is set to co-star Josh O'Connor, Kelly Spaney, Andrew Scott, Kerry Washington, Glenn Close, Jeremy Renner, Mila Kunis, and Daryl McCormack. Hopefully much more than Glass Onion: A Knives Out mystery. Sherlock Holmes 3 for Robert Downey Jr. After Tony Stark has finished his adventures, maybe this is the right time for Robert Downey Jr. to continue his action as Sherlock Holmes. Downey was relatively successful when he starred in Guy Ritchie's 2 Sherlock Holmes volumes. Together with Jude Law, who played Dr. John Watson, the film received good praise from the story sector, action and of course Downey's convincing performance. In terms of box office, Volume 1 earned $524 million, outstanding. Volume 2 was $543 million, which is also amazing. Since Downey is contractually bound to be Iron Man until his Iron Man character dies in Avengers: Endgame, Volume 3 of Sherlock could be on hold. After the COVID-19 era, now is Downey's best chance to produce another blockbuster movie. Before this, we have seen the adventures of this genius detective from England in the Sherlock series starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Henry Cavill in Enola Holmes or Johnny Lee Miller in Elementary to Ian McKellen as the old Sherlock in Mr. Holmes. Confirmed by his wife, Susan Downey, the actor enthusiastically mentioned that the Volume 3 project is getting closer, especially since Amazon Prime is ready to back it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe.